Hello, Brian Burke here with the Artsaganza show, and we have a returning guest here with some new guest. This is, would you like to introduce yourself?
Chris Mock, the director and producer on The Walkers Among Us.
Ian Vasek, the cinematographer and producer of The Walkers Among Us.
And we are here at the big premiere at the Hollywood Boulevard Theater in Woodridge. And we're giving away these cool newspapers here. And we got a bunch of merchandise being sold here, t-shirts and things, and just any stuff you guys like to talk about the whole event here. I'm very excited about it.
You know, it's funny, when we took the limo ride over here, I said, the cast and the crew were riding with us, and I said, enjoy this, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I've been so blessed and so honored for this to be my third red carpet premiere and his second. And I think the fans are the ones that really make that happen, you know?
Oh, for sure,
If we were doing a documentary on, like I said, turtles, or, you know, something that was, you know, appealing to National Geographic, but not a fan base, we can't experience this as
What
fans.
about a documentary on asphalt? How about that next?
That's
There's got to be fans of asphalt, right?
Yeah, the people that work 9 to 5, not like us.
And did you have something like this for your other movies here?
We did. My first premiere, the Force Among Us, the Star Wars documentary, was actually here at the Hollywood Boulevard, and our second premiere was at the Arcata Theater for our Star Wars sequel, The Force Within Us, that he worked on.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say about, anything else you'd like to mention about this whole event?
It's great. The theater, everybody at the theater has been very supportive and helpful, and I was just elated to see the amount of fans. As a filmmaker, you know, you want people to dig the film, and you don't want to walk up with an empty lobby, and to walk up to what we walked up today was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
just
you know,
phenomenal.
and the film business is really hard. You know, when you go to school for film, this is your dream, and there's people in the industry that work on great films, but it's an honor and a privilege that we have our names as the producers, the directors, and we're signing autographs, and we're taking photos with the fans, and it's really a special moment that we don't take for granted, you know? Even though we're independent filmmakers, there's people in Hollywood that would dream to have this, you know, be a part of their life, where they're taking center stage like we are today.
This is certainly a cool event, and they have these cool t-shirts here and a bunch of things. So thanks for watching.
Hold me!
I'm Jay Bonansinga. I guess I could consider myself the house novelist for The Walking Dead, for Robert Kirkman's company Skybound. I write all the Walking Dead novels. Don't get me started. I could talk about these books. I'm really proud of these books. They're not just tie-ins. They're not just novelizations. We really spend a lot of time on them and take them very seriously. They're original pieces of literature. They're set in the same mythology as the show.
But separate from the comic books.
They're all kind of connected in fascinating ways. The comics, the show, the books, the video games, even the mobile game. You know, it's all kind of connected in a really, you know, super complicated, convoluted way that really keeps people guessing. You don't really know if somebody died in the comic at a certain point on the timeline. They could live on in the books.
Yeah.
Bob Stuckey, he's one of my favorite characters. He's a huge character in the books, and the Bob Stuckey in the show was kind of a morph of him. You know, he's an older Caucasian, you know, badass good old boy in the books, and in the show he was African American, but he had a drinking problem. The Bob Stuckey in the books has a drinking problem. It's all just sort of morphs and DNA getting scrambled, and Robert does that because he wants to keep you guessing. And he doesn't want you to know who dies.
How did you happen to get started with this? Did you do other shows before The Walking Dead and other things?
I wrote horror novels all my career. I'm a horror specialist. We consider this survival horror. That's, in fact, if you go back to the original comics, it says survival horror on the books. Okay. And that's how I got the gig. I'm a specialist in that field, in the horror field. And plus, I think I played a card in order to get the job, because there were other novelists vying for it. But I'm like, tell Robert I know and am friendly with, and I've worked with George Romero, who really invented this version of the zombie. The zombie in The Walking Dead, the way they move, the way they look, really was invented by George Romero in 1968 with Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Greg Nicotero learned his craft on George's movies. He's a George Romero, alumna.
I know him,
alumni.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you worked on any of the novelizations of some of the horror video games at all? You mentioned survival horror, made me think of that.
I have and am working on some of the video games themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, which I wish I could talk about, but I can't for a few months
Yeah.
talk about it. But yeah, I mean,
Anything outside of The Walking Dead, though? Any other game series like Resident Evil or anything of that sort? Or-
no, I play them.
Yeah. I know they made novelizations of those.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to talk about your work that you do?
Well, if you don't mind, every once in a while I'll release one of my own books. I have a new book that just came out. It's horror. It's called Lucid. It's about a lucid dreamer, a young girl who's 18, and she's a tremendously talented lucid dreamer, and she finds a doorway to hell in her dreams, and it all goes awry, as everything must go awry.
Is there a website you have or something where people
Yeah,
can look into your books?
jbonansinga.com. Thank you for asking.
Okay, and they can get your original stories as well as your
Yeah,
tie-ins to Walking Dead and things of that sort.
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds very interesting. And we've been talking here with Jay Bonansinga.
My cousin Billy.
We are with.
Bradley Eagle, and I am the founder of The Walking Hope, which is a cancer charity that we raise money for the American Cancer Society.
And how did you come to be involved with this?
With the movie or with the charity?
Well, both.
So the movie, I'm actually in the movie. I don't know what I'm in, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what my part is quite yet, but Ian and Chris, who are the documentarians, after they came and filmed and found out what I was doing with my fandom of The Walking Dead, they were very interested in staying connected, and we did, and so they decided that The Walking Hope would be a great benefiting charity from this opening premiere. So they called me, and we have volunteers from ACS here, and we're raising money even as we speak today for ACS, and it's a wonderful thing to bring the two communities together, people that care about cancer charity and also people that love The Walking Dead. It's a nice family to bring together to do something good for the community. So.
Now, this is similar, but not the exact same thing that was here for the Indiana Jones Marathon a while ago.
Correct. The Indiana Jones Marathon, from what I understand, was the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which is another wonderful cancer charity organization, and LLS does a lot of wonderful things as well, but this is strictly for ACS. I think it's great that the theater, brings in charities of various kinds to do, it's not just a movie premiere, it's a community event, and I think it's great that they incorporate, a charity into that event to make it really about not just the movie, but about bettering the community as well. So.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to talk about the work you're doing? Or if people, we should say, if people buy tickets to this movie, it goes towards the charity.
Straight to the, yeah. We have, there's an online auction that'll be over today once this is viewed, but there's money from that being raised, 50-50 raffle. All that goes to the cause. And the best thing about this is that the cast and the crew of The Walking Dead and AMC and Skybound and ACS, of course, are very supportive of this. So many of the cast members, they tweet about it, they Facebook about it, they sign things for us, and it allows us to use their stardom for goodness. So it really is a wonderful thing, and thank you for being interested and for letting people know about it.
Oh, that's a great idea, what you're doing. Anything else you'd like to mention?
Sure, you can check us out if you want on Facebook at facebook.com. It's The Walking Hope and the number 2. Please check us out, and that'd be great.
Okay, that sounds very good. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
My name is David Scholin. I'm the founder of Real Guys Cosplay.
And this is an ad for them here. And you can see him. He's in the picture there. And then this is the back of it. And it's called Reel. That's REEL Guys. And you can go to their website. And that's like .com after that.
We don't have a website yet. It's in development, but on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, almost all the other social media.
Okay, cool. And talk a bit about what you guys do.
We are the nation's largest screen-accurate Walking Dead cosplay troupe. We started in 2013. when my partner decided to shave his head, and one of his family members came up to him and said, "You look like that tool Shane from The Walking Dead." So from there, an idea blossomed, and my favorite character from the show is Michonne, and so I wanted to do something in an homage to Michonne, so we kept Shane alive. We didn't have Carl shoot Shane in the head, and instead Shane became Rick's Walker pet. So that began the start of it. You can still see him in the picture where we are decaying him as time goes on, so he was a fresh zombie, and now he's much more decayed.
And you show up at these events and things and do these little shows?
Yeah, we go to a lot of conventions, been invited. In fact, the rest of the troupe is representing at Wizard World Las Vegas. We were invited cosplay guests there.
Wow.
And so hopefully they are doing that to my satisfaction. So that, yeah, we've been different events, conventions, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Mostly based in California, though.
Yeah, mostly based in California. Yeah.
But you had to come here for this because you're in the movie.
I am in the movie. We did come out specifically to be filmed about a year ago. Met Chris and Ian and filmed at that time. And yeah, I'm anxious to see how much of us made it into the film.
Okay.
Also, one of our other members didn't film at the same time. Her name is Amelia. She does our Carol. She showed up. She actually met Chris and Ian at Walker Stalker Atlanta, and they did some additional footage.
Okay, well, very cool. Anything else you'd like to mention?
No,
Is there anything?
just again, check us out, see if you like what we do, and appreciate feedback. We're fans first, and so it's really nice to always just kind of interact with other Walking Dead fans.
Hello, Brian Burke here again with the Artsaganza show. And we are at this again, the Walkers Among Us premiere. And we are talking with,
Michelle Helmetzi.
and what is your role in all this?
I am a walker on The Walking Dead, been on 3 seasons.
And in playing multiple roles, I guess, with different makeup.
Multiple walkers, right?
Yeah, multiple.
I have, yes, different named walkers, we have fence walker, we have nightgown walker, it depends on where we are, we name them differently.
And what is some of your other acting experience?
I have been on, so many other productions. I actually have a list that I have to look at half the time because I can't remember half the ones that I do. I just came off set from Being Mary Jane. Coming up, Term Life is coming out this summer. I'll be in that. I'd have to look at my list. Honestly, I'm totally blank right now.
Are you still going to be on The Walking Dead?
Let's say I hope to be. We start filming in May. If my schedule permits with my family life, then, I'll submit and let them know I'm available.
Okay. But you certainly have played a lot more than just zombies. You've had speaking roles.
I've been in various other ones, so yeah, I'm not just
Is there anything you'd like to, we mentioned this upcoming movie, Term Life, it was?
Vince Vaughn.
And anything else you'd like to promote? Do you have a website or any other types of things you'd like to mention?
All right, I have a fan page on Facebook. It is Michelle TWD, which is The Walking Dead. Michelle TWD Zombie Helmetzi. And that's my fan page, and you go there and, Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff. Try to keep updated on it. It's hard to keep updated on that stuff.
Yeah. Any other projects you are coming out do you want to mention, or just the ones you just said?
For right now, I'm doing, I've submitted for others, so I'm waiting for them to respond back, so we'll see.
Sure.
I have to wait. And you can't really say names and everything. You can't tell you what you're going to be coming up to because, that's all contractual. You're not allowed to talk about it, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Thank you very much for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Congratulations
Appreciate
on
it.
being involved in this.
Thank you.